Hello, this is Jarkko from KORPIKLAANI, and you are listening to Rockum Radio.
Hi, Jarkko, how are you?
I'm mighty fine, mighty fine. Just finished watching ice hockey, the local league.
Perfect. Where are you calling from right now?
Tampere, Finland.
In Finland. Okay. The new studio album, Jylhä, was released some weeks ago. Congratulations, Jarkko. I know this is...
Thank you.
You're very welcome. I know this is the 11th studio album of the band. What this record represents to you?
I think it represents progress.
Okay.
We've always when we have released albums, we've always been a bit different than the previous album, and we did that. This is again a bit different than the previous album, and I think that we have also always been a bit better as a band on every album. So there's every album sort of means progress to me in that sense, that we make better albums, we become a better band all the time.
Okay. So how could you describe the music of this new record of Jylhä?
Yeah, well, I don't know how. I mean, if you compare it to the previous album, we've had when we have been making albums, I've always had basically when we have done the album, most of the albums have had the sort of musical thing for me, that we have made our rock and roll album at some point, then we have made our thrash metal album at some point. I've always had this certain feeling about each album. The previous album was definitely our pop album. And I think this album is our heavy metal album. This is musically definitely the heaviest album that we have done, but also it's also musically widest. It has a very wide range of different styles, and it's also musically, like, composition wise, most complex of the albums. So simply, it's all the things that we have done before as well, but more and better.
Okay, I listened to your album, and let me tell you, it's a great album, very solid. This album, the new one, Jylhä.
Yeah, it is. It is a solid album. That is one of the things that many reviews have said, and many other people have said about the album, is that it is a 1 hour long, pretty much like exactly 60 minutes, and it's a solid album with no filler tracks or anything, and it is a very interesting album. It has some songs that if you take them out of the context and listen to them separately, they may sound a bit different, like maybe is this really KORPIKLAANI? But then when you have the whole album in front of you and listen to that, then all of those different songs make sense as well.
Oh yeah, I remember the first record. The first contact that I have with KORPIKLAANI was with Tales Along This Road in 2006. And I remember I used to live in Peru, in Latin America, South America, to be more exactly. And that was fantastic, that record. I was hoping one day they will come here to Peru, I remember, in those years, in 2006. But now, in Jylhä...
We have been in Peru. We have played in Lima once.
You played one time. What year?
I can't remember that now, but we have been there. I'm fairly sure that we were there.
Okay.
I'm 100% sure that we were there.
Yes, I saw you in Buenos Aires in 2010. I remember that.
Yeah, may have been the same tour.
Yes, maybe it was in the same tour. I was in Buenos Aires, not in Peru. Let me tell you, your music evolved definitely. I listen all the songs, not new songs. For example, your first single, Le Valuta, that single is folk, but I told you, I'm from Peru. And the first 15 seconds is like an Andean music. Yes. Is say, what? Is this KORPIKLAANI? This is folk, but this is folk, Peruvian folk, because the sounds like a charango, is a little guitar, similar like the mandolin, you know what I mean? Like a mandolin,
Yeah.
that in Peru is charango. It came from the Spanish when with the Incas lived there, and the sound is pretty nice. And I said, wow, that's evolution of Korpiklaan is amazing. Maybe in all those tours, and I don't know, they learned a lot about the culture and sounds. I don't know. What can you tell me about it?
I don't think that is from Peru or Andes anyway. I've always felt that the song has more to do with the Caribbean reggae and that kind of style. But then again, the old, like very old traditional folk music has always been very similar to like all around the world, basically.
Mm-hmm.
So it is not, even if we don't really or definitely didn't take it from there, but it is really not surprised that they sound the same, because they folk music around the world has been very similar, especially in the northern Europe. It's been like very similar, but obviously it's been the same there as well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's similar.
But as far as I've understood, the Americas, both north and south, I think the people originate from Siberia.
Okay.
And
Interesting.
yeah, and the Siberian tribes crossed the Bering Strait when like a few thousand years ago.
Mm-hmm.
And that's how the North and South Americas were populated originally.
Yes.
So basically, it's the same people everywhere.
Yes, it's true. And it's like
it's the same northern Siberian people.
Yes, it's like a connection.
Yeah, but there is a connection. Like if you think about it, like I don't know how much it was like that in Peru, but Peru, for example, or other actual South American countries. But when you go to, for example, Mexico, to the the Mayans, for example, had their own sauna. They didn't call it sauna, but it's still the same hot room where you go and meet your ancestors in the spirit form and clean yourself and all that. So there's so many things connecting American people, the American peoples, and the Siberian tribes.
Yes, it's true. Can you tell me, Jarkko, how was the creative process of this album?
Most of the music was written, as usual, by Jonne, the lead singer.
Okay.
And some songs were written by Sami, the accordion player. And then on some albums, I have written some stuff, but not for this album. But basically, we all write music separately. Like everybody stays up there. Like we live scattered around the country, and we don't really get together to write songs. So basically everybody just writes and records demos at home, and then we start sending the files to other guys, and everybody starts checking like, what should I do with this track? And then we just get together very close to the studio time.
But when you get together in the studio, was it in the middle in this pandemic or was before?
Well, it was at the beginning. Let's put it this way. We did like at the beginning of last year, 2020. We still played some shows like January, February, and then we were scheduled to go to studio in March and April.
Oh, in the beginning.
Yes, and like in the we were supposed to be in the studio like between some shows that we had and some tours and whatnot. But then everything, like every live show, got cancelled. So we just had more time to do everything. Like the pandemic didn't change the schedule or anything, but we just had more time to do a proper pre-production for the album and all that kind of stuff. and which actually shows on the album. I think we were a lot more prepared once we got to the actual studio to record the album.
Okay.
But
Okay.
other than that, the pandemic didn't have any effect on the album, except that it's probably a bit better because of the more time.
Yeah, definitely. I want to talk about your video clips, and I think for Jylhä, you shoot 5 video clips.
Yeah.
I watch all your video clips, and let me tell you, are beautiful. You know, for the song for Mili, Sanatong Ma, Niemi, Tuletong. Oh, Tuletong is a great song. I heard that song a lot of time in the radio station. And Levaluta, even. My God, a lot of work.
Yeah.
Where did you record those videos? Because the natural landscape are wonderful.
Yeah, we had some. We know some places in Finland.
Okay.
I mean, they are all. Levelufta is done in one swamp, like central Finland, north from here. Niemi, Tuuleton, and even Sanatonmaa. They were actually all done in the very same location, basically, in this museum area in southern Finland.
Mm-hmm.
Which is actually the same place where the band shot the first ever video for Wooden Pints.
Okay.
Like I don't know, almost 20 years ago or whatever that was, 18 years ago. and Mylly was again filmed in the actual mill in central Finland. No, actually it was more in south, not central, but anyway, so just local places.
Yes.
So we decided since we had this idea that since there wasn't any shows that we could do, obviously, we thought that we'd at least shoot a bit more videos, proper videos, just to give some sort of like visual for the fans as well, since there will be no release shows or no album release tour or anything.
Yes.
That's why we did so many videos.
You have
basically
extra
ended up
time.
using stupid amount of money for that.
Of course. Well, let me tell you, you did a good job because the video clips are beautiful. The natural landscape are amazing. I want to go to Finland to see all the places.
Well, yeah, welcome.
The lake, the snow, the forest, and everything is beautiful. It's a beautiful country, Finland, and you have a lot of great bands there. I always said Finland is one of the countries that very rich with heavy metal bands. Really good.
Yeah,
bands.
that is true. Yeah, maybe we do have quite many bands, but it's probably the weather and the long dark winters that cause people to learn how to play heavy dark music.
Yes, but remember, I live in Canada, and there's a long winter too. But there's something extra in Finland. I don't know.
Maybe things are just too easy for Canadians and people in Canada in general.
Mm-hmm. Maybe I need to see your education in the school. Maybe they give some extra courses in high school.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Heavy metal, yeah.
That's fantastic in Finland. Jarkko, where can we get your album?
I don't know, but there's the record label Nuclear Blast has a North American office, and the album should be available everywhere there.
Okay. Any last words in this interview?
Yeah, we've been there many times, and we will be again once the plague has left.